I thought the game had crashed then. But no. Oh yeah, this is the new Birmingham crew route that's coming out for Train Towards 6. But I haven't installed the game yet. But what I can tell you is that we are off onto the West Cornwall Loco. Now, we've already done a Cornish circle with the ruined 150s because obviously Rivet, in their wisdom, have fucked up the audio for the 150. Delivery, spot on. Interior, spot on. But, Jesus Christ. Late night finish. Operate a late passenger service from St Austell to Penzance and park up for the night at Long Rock Motive Power Depot. So, grab your ticket, get in line, and let's get on with some Sprinter madness. If you like this content, then obviously just don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and obviously what's the word? Click the notification bell. That's it. That was the word I was after. Alright, because it gives the middle finger to said YouTube algorithm, because the YouTube algorithm is by definition a bastard. Also, it is not a locomotive, it is a sprinter, you pillock. They haven't even got the audio for the engine idling right. I mean, look at this. Look at this lighting. This lighting should not exist. In there, absolutely, but not in here. Hang on. We need to do the AWS. Eh. Right, here we go. And now the reverser won't fucking move. For fuck's sake. Just for the record, that is not what a 150 sound like. Well, the AWS warning. Right. Instrumental. So with the step 1 throttle application, it should be sounding, well, it wouldn't sound like that in real life. Fuck's sake. Have a look through the a 90s Sprinter. So this door obviously separates the first class section. I've no idea. Doesn't sound like that in real life, just to let you know. But no one cares because they don't have a fucking idea what it's like to be a Sprinter enthusiast. This is not what they sound like in real life, obviously. The cab will be a lot darker because it should be pitch black. Everything about this train, its audio is just so wrong. And we're on the wrong platform. Unless if this is the Penzance platform. The brake sounds are wrong as well. But we are on a 150. Obviously, 248 is our 150. She sounds a lot more realistic and better in real life compared to this pile of misery. They haven't even got the fucking door beep wrong. Everything about this train is wrong. It's depressing. Might as well stay in the cab. So, I could definitely tell you without Wikipedia or any other website what about the 150s, because they are my favourite trains. So with Tico's train guide, I will now explain the 150-2 Sprinters. So originally The prototype 150-0s were introduced in 1984, but because of their success, they produced 2 production orders by British Rail Engineering Limited up in York at Holgate Road Carriage Works. So there was the Dash 1, and then there's these, the Dash 2s. So the Dash 2s were built between 1986 and 87. There's 85 of them as 2 coaches, but the major difference between the Dash 0 and Dash 1s is that they have, as you can see, a front end gangway, meaning that they are suitable for multiple unit running, so that passengers can move in between the trains, you know, between making it a 4-coach or 6-coach services, you know, if needed. But the Dash 2s were mostly designed for longer services compared to the Dash 1s because they had a better range. Not too different ranges, but similar. They are powered by Cummins engines, so NT855 Cummins engines, rated at 285 horsepower per carriage, so 570 in total, when they were brand new, obviously. They were pretty much everywhere in the country when they were introduced, so Transpennines, Wales, South West, Scotland, West Midlands, East Midlands, East Anglia. Oh shit. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Because, see, they don't really care, do they, with their game, so why should I care? So, as I was saying, yeah, so they've been around, they've covered pretty much most of the network, except for the southeast, obviously. As of 2025, the 150-2s are with 3 operators. So they're with Great Western Railway, they are with Northern, most of them are with Northern, and then there's Transport for Wales. But the thing with Transport for Wales is that they are they're basically replacing the 150s with a number of new trains. Stadler Flirts, Class 231, 756s, which are, in my opinion, good replacements. They are worthy successors. The Class 398 city trams. They're basically trams that run on the railway network and have head codes, like the Sheffield super trams. But they are scrapping them. So there were 34 with Transport for Wales. Now there's 22, or maybe 20 even. One of them has been preserved. The first Class 150 for preservation was a Dash 2, 150-231 from Transport for Wales, which is going to the Watercress line, or the Mid-Hants Railway, which runs from Alresford, I think it is, I think that's how you pronounce it, to Alton in Hampshire. Which means you are definitely going to see a vlog and a driver's eye view of me having the time of my life. Driving it up and down the line. I've become a member on their website. I become one of their members, and I will be going to a volunteering day at some point. See if I can give my helping hand to the sprinters. But no, I grew up with these on the Snow Hill. I grew up with these with Central Trains, along with the Dash 1 and Dash 0 150s. And I always found them to be a bit strange at first, because at first I was like, oh, it looks like the green one, it looks like a 150, but it looks very strange because of the front. But I've grown to like them. But the unique thing about a Dash 2 is that you can take them apart, so you can split them into single coaches and put them in the middle of a 150-1, making a 3-coach set. And this is normally classified as a Dash 0 hybrid, or here in Great Western Territory as a Dash 9. And they have done this with, and you can also swap around the Sprinter, so you can have a 150-2, half of a 150-2 with a class 153, a 156 even. I've seen many photos, and even you can have a 150-2 in the middle of a 150-2, meaning you can have a 3-coach 150-2 set. It's crazy, I know, but it has happened. It has happened. I promise you. I've seen many. You see many photos on the Sprinter Facebook page of real train, in those strange, quirky, unique formations, and that's what I think is another cool characteristic of the Sprinters. But no, that was Train Guide. Of the 150-2 Sprinters. I need to see the only 150-2 I've not seen yet is 228, which is with Northern, as of October 19th, when I'm recording this. But fingers crossed. They haven't even got the horn right. They haven't got anything right on this train. This is why the West Cornwall route has just been abandoned and forgotten by Sprinter enthusiasts. They tried to revive it. They tried to bring it, but they tried to bring back, bring some life into it with this express scenario pack. And you get to drive a steam train across the West Cornwall loco, but that didn't really work. It didn't work. But yeah. Not much to say about these really, apart from, you know, they sound a lot better in real. I prefer the real life trains compared to Train Sim World, because Train Sim World is just a fucking corrupt bollocks. That's what it is. Oh, Tico, stop moaning. Stop moaning. Get a life. Fuck off. You get a life. I have a right to have an opinion. If you don't like my opinion, then kindly fuck off. Because I don't need to hear it, and neither does anyone else who likes Sprinters. Because I know people who are fed up with, that don't like how the 150 sound, or well, the Sprinters sound in general. On Train Sim World. Armstrong Powerhouse have done a much better job with how the 150 sounds in Train Simulator Classic than Train Sim World have done with the 150s and the 153s. The 158s from Skyhook Games are the only sprinters in the game that sound close to the real thing, which is saying something. God, these lights are terrible. How can you see out of that? So obviously in real life, this would be all pitch black. Okay? Like that. You see? That was perfect timing. Should be that. It should be like this really. And you would be able to see the headlights. I promise you, I have the headlight on. But, it's just not realistic. They haven't even done the lightings properly. I remember when this came out and how disappointed I was with it. I did a live stream on the West Cornwall logo when it came out many years ago. And I was so disappointed in this route. So disappointed with how the 150 sounds, and I still am, and I will continue to voice my criticisms of the until they get it right. Which, as listening to Train Sim World 6's 150s on the Riviera line, they still haven't fucking fixed the issues because, well, they're just lazy. They don't care about quality. They care about getting your money. That's all they want. They don't care about how we're... And they make up excuses like, oh, we've actually been on a 150. We've been on a class 150 and we've actually taken some audio sampling. Have you? Then why do they still sound... They don't sound like the real thing still. So that's not true. Oh, there's an alarm going off outside. We might get a power cut. If we are getting a power cut, then like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification icon. It gives YouTube the middle finger as well as the algorithm. And it also helps the channel, which is good. Makes everyone else aware. Yes, we may be a small channel. We may be a channel of having our own independent opinions and thoughts, but even the brakes aren't fucking right. I'm sorry, but the 150s can't brake that quickly. They just can't. They take forever to slow down. Granted, this was in the 90s when they were still relatively new, but still. Oh, you can just make about Truro. Here we are, Truro. That just appears from out of nowhere. It's like a ghost. It just comes in, it just vanishes, and then just appears. Oh, it's just fucking ridiculous, this game. I'll be glad to get rid of this. I'll be very glad indeed to get rid of this scenario. No more West Cornwall. Well, that was a failed thumbnail. Oh, one of my Star Trek videos has just been released. What the fuck's going on here with YouTube? Copy link. Go into Discord. Gaming channel uploads. And there we go. Latest video released. Sorry, a friend sent me a birthday card they got. Here is the birthday card from Riley's dad that I just opened in front of my quiet, very quiet Christian mother. Yeah. I think you better not show her that card. It's funny as hell. A knob is it's the recipe. Oh, it's basically this. The card shows a person having a knob of butter, and the knob of butter is shaped as in a gentleman's knob, which is quite hilarious. Don't worry, it'll melt soon. Right, so we've gone through Truro, if you've noticed, because of the bad lighting. Actually, I'm going to try and get a thumbnail. Oh, what the fuck? How can we get a thumbnail, right, if it's like this? Look at it. What is this rivet? Why are all the doors like that? Why is it all like that? I don't get it. I don't fucking understand that. There we go. That's one way of doing it. That's one way of doing it. I just have to brighten it up. I even went to the greatest. I went to the Greatest Gathering, and I went to Train Sim World's corner, Dovetail Games' corner, in one of the engine sheds, and I fucking told this man with the bloody what's it called, cat ears, Matt. Right, this is what a 150 sounds like in real life. And compared to compared to Dovetail Games' version, it doesn't sound like the real thing. Not even remotely close. And he said, "Oh, it'll all be fixed in Transport 6." Will it? I said. He said, "Yes." I said, "Okay then. I'll hold your word to it." And obviously they haven't fixed it because they're idiots and they're liars. As I say, they don't care about quality, they just care about how many copies of Train Sim World 6 is sold. And yeah. They just say, they just think, oh, okay, look, it's Train Sim World 6, it's out now, and you can look, you can drive the train. Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't sound the same. Doesn't matter. It's still a train. You can still drive it. Yeah, but it's not accurate to the real. The sounds are all wrong. Doesn't matter because you can drive the train. That's cool, right? But it's not because the sounds are all wrong. Honestly. Oh well. Well, this is fun. We better check actually if cross country are doing cross country things today. If it's the normal timetable. So we're on real time trains. Let's see. Okay, there's our church. Cross country, delayed, cancel, delayed, on time, cancel, delayed. Oh no, the Cardiff Nottingham's cancelled for some reason. Oh, so yeah, this is fine. They're back to normal timetable, back to normal running conditions. All late, all cancelled. I suspect there's been a problem in between Birmingham and Nottingham. That's why the Nottingham Cardiffs are cancelled. But yeah. What else we could talk about? Formula 1 is going to be interesting. I promise you, Formula 1 is going to be interesting coming... Well, actually, I can talk about something because although we may not be able to play Formula 1 ever again on this channel because of EA and how they've basically ruined F1 video racing games with corruption and lack of care and glitches and stuff. There is NASCAR and IndyCar, which are being developed by iRacing. Now, iRacing, I know this, is probably the most realistic racing simulator ever. So for them to develop a game for NASCAR and for IndyCar sparks my interest. If only they could do it for F1. That'd be brilliant if they could, you know. We are approaching the next stop, which is Red Roof. Not on time, of course, because I don't care. Because Rivet Games don't care. See, this step 1 application, you know, the rate of braking for this for step 1 should be step 2. Because yeah, the brakes are just... We have overshot the marker, but I don't care. There's another potential thumbnail. Now that it's in some kind of light. I'm surprised it's... Once I've completed all of the scenarios, I'm going to uninstall West Cornwall logo, because there's no point in keeping it. There's just no point. There's just no point in keeping it. Next station is Camborne. I haven't done the West. I've driven on the West Cornwall lot, the Cornish main line on Train Simulator Classic a few times, and it's quite an interesting route actually. I have not done it in real life, however, so that's something I really want to do. The Cornish main line and all the branches in a single holiday trip, which is possible. It just depends on... You need to plan it properly, which I believe is possible, he says. Oh yeah, there's a lot of disused stations along here. I've just seen one from the window. You probably may not be able to see it because of the bad lighting. That alarm's still going off outside. I mean, the weather's not great, but no. It's probably just the wind or something that's triggered it. Okay, so we are approaching Camborne because there's the yellow. Here's the yellow signal. Oh, got a Gmail. What's this Gmail? Ah, it's just Indeed. Yes, I use Indeed because Indeed they do recommend a lot of jobs. Indeed they do. Indeed they diddly do da die. And that is what you would consider an close call. You just make out the yellow signal actually. And that's not what a 150 AWS sounds like in real life. It's actually at a G pitch. The key is G. You can't even see the station. It's that the lighting's that terrible. You can't even bloody see it. Now you can see it. Jesus, I forgot how bad this route's been made. No wonder it's forgotten. Here we are, Camborne. Right, off we go. Oh, we're going to Hale next. Hale is not a so not all GWR services stop at Hale. Some express trains pass through the station. Yeah, but most of the local stoppers call at Hale. Cross country goes straight through it, obviously, because cross country. So no. Now, I should talk about round two. Round two of the Trains in World Order, that I like to call it, which is basically how I structure organise it all. So, from A to, in this case, W. So, after the West Somerset Railway, which is the next video, by the way. After the West Somerset Railway, we'll be going back to A, which is the first American route to feature on this channel, the Antelope Valley Line, which is somewhere in America. And then, obviously, you know, we go back to Cross City, B, and then C, and then D, and then E, and then F, all the way back down to the West Somerset Railway. Ain't that nice? Ain't that lovely? So we will feature more American and German routes as each round goes by. We won't just introduce them during a round, you know. If I do have a new route, then that will be introduced in round 3. So unless if I've not got to that point yet in the unless if I've not actually got to that letter in the alphabet. Oh, the game's frozen. Disused station. So if you get what I mean. So if we don't get to, for example, if there is an M, if there's one beginning with M that I would really like to get, and I do install it and put it to the Train Sim World game, and I've not reached that letter of routes, then I will do that. Then I'll play the first scenario. But at that time, if I bought a route that starts with the letter C, but I'm already at M, then that will have to wait until the next round, if that makes sense. Problem with my Asperger's syndrome and neurodiverse is I do struggle to explain things in detail. Which has its problems. Because, you know, it's YouTube. You have to explain to your audience clearly what you plan on doing, what you have in mind. Which is interesting. Not too far away from Hale now. You don't want to say that in German. You do not want to be saying Heil in you do not be saying the station name Heil in the German accent, nein? Because it means something else. Wow, oh no, that's just a bridge. I thought it was a disused station then. The lighting's terrible. You can't put the cab light on because you won't be able to see out the window. I can just hear him now. Oh, Batika, you always say you need to have the cab light on, isn't it? Yes, I did say that. But the problem is, Ian, is that was a joke. It's not to be taken seriously. But you took it literally. See, the rate of deceleration from step 1, as you can see, this is what step 2 should be like. And step 2's braking should be full service. So step 3. Vivet! I'm surprised I didn't get kicked out of the Greatest Gathering, you know, back in August, because I honestly wanted to I wanted to fucking give him a new I'll give him some new content. Mad Goose Unleashed. Goose Unleashed onto Greatest Gathering. Here we are at the barely visible Hale station. Let's have a look around. The obviously, as you can tell, the lighting is really spot on. It's beautiful. I mean, the fuck. We take good work in it. We take great care in our private. Do you? I don't bloody see it. My phone is telling me that it has reached an optimal battery level, so it's turned off low power mode, which is good. I have another email. It's from Indeed. Obviously. Oh, Premier Inn! It's reminding me about it's one of those "see you tomorrow" emails, which always gets me excited. Yes, because you're going on the trains tomorrow. Sorry, I was looking at Alexa Bliss in the new Halloween costume on her Instagram, and fuck you know. Anyway, we are approaching the next station, which is St. Earth. Now, St. Earth is a interchange station. Because it is the starting point of the St. Ives branch line. A beautiful seaside town right next to the sea. I've not been to St. Ives, and I would love to, because I imagine in the summer it is amazing. I've seen many videos on YouTube. There's an excellent video by G Loves Trains where she visited the island, the St. Ives branch, and the town itself. So, yeah, I'd like to do that in the future. Because it's the only part of the GWR network that I really need to do, really, to cover all the sprinters. Even though that I've got all of the 115. I've seen all the GWR sprinters basically. 150s and 158s completed, and I'm proud of myself for that. I'm very proud of myself, so a pat on the back for me. Pat on the back for myself. So it's just a case of getting some photos of them in Cornwall before they are too replaced by the 2030s, because the Office of Rail and Road Transport have been in touch with the government, and they said, right, Great Western Railway, South Western Railway, Chiltern Railway's old diesel trains, get rid of them. Get a new train that will replace all of them in these three train operators. So, yeah. It'd be interesting to see what they replace them with. it will be sad as well because obviously they're replacing sprinters. But yeah, it's just, you know, nothing lasts forever. As long as they preserve a couple of 150s and 158s from Great Western Railway, a 159, 158 from South Western Railway, they preserve one or two of them, and a 165 network turbo from Chiltern Railways. I would drive one of them because I like the 165 turbos from Chiltern Railways. I like the 168 Clubman. I like them as well, so they can preserve them as well. But you just don't know, do you? You have to wait and see what they do. Mind that. Sorry, there's a car outside. Beeping. Probably just the neighbours talking to each other and saying, alright, I'm going now, bye. And all this. So, the final stretch to Penzance. I believe this is the fastest part of the whole Cornish main line. Because, yeah, it's 75 down here. This is the fastest part of the whole Cornish main line from Penzance to Plymouth. The whole lot. I mean, yeah, there's a 70 mile an hour there and 65 there and there, but this is the fastest part. Which is fascinating. Oh, I've got another email. I'll look at that in a minute. I mean, look at this. How is this? This is not realistic. You can't. You should not be able to see the train. All you should see is the headlights, the destination lights. So you should be able to see the headlights, the destination board, the lights from the passenger areas. That is what you should be able to see. But no. Again, another reason to just get rid of Rivet games in general, and Dovetail. Even though it was Rivet Games who made this route. We slow down to 50 because this is a single track section now. So the line becomes single track. We come alongside Long Rock Depot. So Long Rock Depot is to the right, but you can't see it because it's pitch black and the 150's in the way. It's over there. I mean, this isn't realistic because break 1, at this distance, break 1 application will not get you to 15 in real life. Step 2 will, but not step 1 breaking. Here we are now, arriving at the terminus of Penzance. The end of the main line from Plymouth and London Paddington. But it's not the most westerly station in the country. Now most people say, okay, Penzance, because it's at Land's End, well, almost Land's End. The most westerly station in the country is in Scotland, and it is on the West Highland line between Fort William and Mallaig, called, I can't pronounce it, Airseg? Airseg? I have no idea, but it's that station. I don't even want to look at the 150 because it's ruined. My superior sprinters ruined by an incompetent train game maker, whatever they call themselves. If I knew how to make, if I knew how to make a train route, I could build a train route and do the audio better than Rivet. But I'm afraid I do not. Headlights off. Tail lights on. Instruments off. Markers off. Destination indicator blank. Okay. No, you pillock. Crew lights, we need to turn the train lights off as well. Hey! This train's going back to the depot. Why the fuck are you all still in here? Mate, you're going back to the fucking depot with us. Fuck yeah. You want to stay in the depot for the night, you fucking carry on. See, another reason why Rivet are terrible. You should be shot. It's not them here. Fuck's sake. Right, tail light. Oh god, I've got to do all this again. Not in service. Right, off to depot. With the most unrealistic sprinter sounds in the game. Oh yeah, wipers, because it is raining. I've got Instagram post. God, the amount of Indeed notifications I get is incredible. But no, despite being ruined by Rivet Games, I think 152.48 has served us well. The horn is so quiet, you can't even hear it. In real life, you will be able to hear the horn from the cab. You will, without fail. Well, this is fun. Ooh. If you have made it this far, then we've just finished off the passenger service from St Austell to Penzance, and we're now making our way to Long Rock Depot for the night. Like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, helps the channel and gives YouTube the middle finger, because their algorithm is questionable. But no. We've got a red signal ahead of us. Right. Switch lever. Why is it on red? Proceed at restricted speed. This is not how fast you'll be going with notch 3 on, I tell you. Notch 3 will not make you go that slowly. Notch 2 might, but not notch 3. Notch 1 doesn't even do anything. See, that's not what notch 1 sounds like. Because notch 1, they've just... well... notch 1 should have a rev, and the engine RPM should be higher, not idle. I'm gonna have to show this all in Train Support 6. I could just feel it coming. Through the train wash. Working through the train wash. Going through the train wash, yeah. It's like that song, working through the car wash, going through the car wash. That was fun as a kid, going through the car wash. I was always fascinated by it. Here we are at our destination. Ah. Whoa, we got to turn the engine off first. That's bad practice, that. Oh no, I'm stuck. How do you jump? Can you jump in this game? Climb up ladder. Mate, open? Oh my god. So many bugs. Please. Oh gee, I have to go for this door now. Right. Turn engine off. Always switch the engine off when refueling. The same goes for cars, and the same goes for trains. I don't think it would take that long to refuel. But, okay. This game is broken. Could be worse. Yep, we're in number 4. All set. Ian Paul's posted his this week's schedule. Hello. So 20th tomorrow, the 20th of October, class 444 review. 22nd of October, the Solent Strait Stations vlog. 24th of October, class 395 review. 26th of October, the class 375 review. Now, I've already watched all these because I am a member of his channel, which means I get early access. Peasants. Okay. Now we get to shut down the cab, but the game's not going to let us. I can just see it coming. Ah, fuck. Oh. You're not going to let us know how well we did? Did we get a gold medal? Fuck you then. Let's see how well we did. before we end this long video, and I get to have my lunch. What am I gonna have for lunch? There's Marmite in the fridge, and there's cheese. So a Marmite and cheese sandwich. You can't go wrong with them. How do we do? We got a gold. So the next one on the West Cornwall is Coastal Takeover, and then there's 2 Class 37s after that one, which will be fun. But no, the next one and the last Train Sim World video of the first alphabetical round is for the West Somerset Railway. Preparation work. That'll be the next one, and then we go back to we start again. So we go back to A. So the first American one, Antelope Valley. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell. Makes the channel grow. Gives the algorithm from YouTube the middle finger. And we'll see you next time.